Today I'll be making mini fruit tarts. I will be having a recipe for the shell and a recipe for the cream filling. I'm going to start with the cream filling, and for that you will need eggs, sugar, flour, cornstarch, milk, vanilla extract, and butter. You will need 2 eggs, and 2 yolks, separating the egg yolk from the egg white, a half cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of flour, hold on, 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and we'll whisk these. Now I'm going to heat the milk. You will need 2 cups plus 1 tablespoon of milk. And you're going to bring it to a boil. Now I just have to wait for it to boil. It boiled. Okay, after the milk is boiled, we're going to temper the egg mixture. So pour a little bit of the milk into the egg mixture and just whisk constantly. And then pour this into the milk and continue whisking in the pot. And this I'm going to bring to a boil. And keep whisking. It's going to thicken as it cooks. And I burnt it. You can see it getting thicker. You're going to cook it for about 2 minutes like this. And you can turn it off. You will need 3.5 tablespoons of butter, a half teaspoon of vanilla, and stir it. You can see the brown clumps that I burned. I had it on too high of heat. Once that's all mixed together, I'm going to put it in a new bowl. I'm going to cover it with saran wrap, and it will go in the refrigerator to cool off. Okay, now I'm going to make the shells. I don't know, there must have been a wet spot and the recipe card got stuck to the counter. 3/4 cup of sugar and a half cup of butter softened. I left it at room temperature. You're gonna mix the butter and sugar until they're fluffy. The butter's not soft enough. But it's fluffy, just took a little more work. Add 1 egg. And mix. Now I'm going to add 2/3 of the flour and mix this. And I'm going to add the rest of the flour now. I'm going to hand mix the rest of it. I'm going to preheat the oven to 355. I am using mini cupcake pans, and I'm going to use the back of them. You want to spray the back, lightly flour it also. Now I'm going to roll out the dough, flour your surface. You want it about 2 millimeters thick. Once you have it rolled out, you'll want to get a 3 to 4 inch cup or cookie cutter and just make little circles. And once you have that, you put that over the back of the muffin pan. Every other one, just so that they don't bake onto each other. And once you're done putting them on your pan, it will cook in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to, while the shells are cooking, or baking, I'm going to wash and dry the berries and cut them up to have them prepared for the final, And then I'm also going to make a glaze to put on top of the entire tart. I am using strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. The raspberries are kind of moldy. Some of them are usable, yeah. They're not terribly moldy, but they're just starting. So I'll only be using a few. It's not very pretty. The shells smell pretty good in the oven. And they're done. I'm going to let them cool, and as they're cooling, I am going to make the glaze. You will need 1/3 cup of jelly, any flavor you would like. And you're gonna put that in a little saucepan. Along with 2 teaspoons of water, and just heat it up and whisk them together. And that's it. Now I'm going to assemble the tarts and get out the cream that I made earlier. And then just decorate them with your fruit. Okay, they are all put together. Now I'm just going to add the glaze onto them. I don't know how it's supposed to work. It just looks like I'm putting jelly on it, but it's not supposed to look like that. I mean, it's shiny like. And so I will try it, I guess, right? The shell has a really nice flavor to it, and even though I burnt the cream, you can't taste the burntness, and it tastes pretty good. I definitely burnt the crust because it's very crunchy. But for my first fruit tart, really not bad at all. It tastes good.